Hey guys, what's up? So the final press conference was today, April 29th, and we are only 3 days away. Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. And then are only 2 days away from the weigh-in. And I'm really looking forward to that. So the press conference was good. Yeah, it's just like a press conference. Just they're thanking everyone for the promoters and thanking the sponsors and stuff. So, but like I said, it was just a standard press conference, really. Some people don't like watching the press conferences or the post conferences. I'm the kind of person that does like watching those, but this one, the interesting parts of the, like, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it might be interesting, it might be boring. That's why I like watching it. You never know, because it might be good hearing like the post conference or the press conferences. But this press conference, yeah, there was no trash talking, but there was kind of trash talking between like Bob Arum and the other guy of, what is it, of Showtime or whatever. I don't even know, but it was Bob Arum was saying like HBO is the number one subscriber, subscribe channel in the world for stuff or whatever. I forget the exact words, but he was pretty much saying it is the number one, and it does have more subscribers than Showtime and all that. And then Les Mouvez, I think that's his name. I don't know, I forget, but because there's so many guys, it might have been him. I forget though. But he fired back saying, "Yeah, but we have the best fighter in the world on our network," and stuff like that. And then Bob Arum took a hit at MGM Grand, because we all know what happened with the Pacquiao-Bradley 2 fight. They were setting up posters for Mayweather's fight coming up, even though they should have been setting up posters for Pacquiao's fight. They got it confused with Mayweather's fight somehow, and that really pissed off Bob Arum, and yeah, they don't really have a good relationship anymore. So Manny Pacquiao did his grand arrival at Mandalay Bay, and he was saying how the Mandalay Bay was so good for so courteous and letting them stay there, and he loves the Mandalay Bay. It's the best one. And he said after that, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking a hit at MGM Grand. I consider Mandalay Bay a part of the MGM Grand, he said. So that was good. What do you call it? And then a lot of people were talking about Mayweather's demeanor. This is the most interesting part. For the last week or so, or even more, Mayweather's demeanor just seems very calm, overly calm, like kind of, and that's out of character. Like, and I kind of noticed that too, and then I looked at the comment sections and how he's been acting in interviews, and just here as well when he spoke on the podium at the final press conference. He just seemed very, like, when he started to talk, he did seem like he was nervous, or he didn't feel well, or maybe he was just speaking like that, but his voice just seemed very like a kid going up to do like when you're in school and you got to presentate a speech, and you're kind of like at the start, you can tell the kid's nervous, and that's how he sounded. And just when he's asked questions of the media, and just his demeanor seems very out of character, a lot of people think. And see, for me, I don't really judge the character of the press conferences and the face-off, and I don't say, oh, the guy looked away first, he's scared, or he lost the face-off. Like Teddy Atlas said, Manny Pacquiao lost the face-off or whatever. That's stupid. I don't like Teddy. But Manny Pacquiao always does the same face-off. He smirks, he smiles a bit, and then he looks away. And yeah, like, so do I judge the face-off and how they act during the press conference? Do I judge that how they're gonna perform on fight night and pick a winner just off the face-off and stuff? No, I don't do that. And the times where I did say that as a joke, like I think it was Molina versus Broner. I said, "Oh, Adrian Broner shook from the face-off." Just did it jokingly, and we all seen Adrian Broner totally just he won that fight. He dominated that fight. Face-off means nothing, and like you can't really. You can try to pick up vibes and stuff from it, but the face-off doesn't matter. The press conference doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is in the ring how they perform. So maybe Mayweather is kind of shook. A lot of people think so. A lot of people like say he's very out of character and he's calm and he never wanted this fight and that's why he's acting like this. Because at the start of when this fight was first announced and at the start of training camp, in the middle of training camp, Mayweather was acting cocky like he usually is, in character, confident, saying stuff like, "I never want to win a fight so bad in my life." And now he's very like he's just calm in a weird kind of calm. A lot of people think they think he's nervous because he's out of character calm. Like if he was always calm, then yeah, but he didn't show that same kind of cockiness, confidence in his words. It's all about the business aspect. Like people are asking him questions, and he always goes back, "I'm just blessed to make this much money, and this never would I thought I would have made this much money in half an hour. The business. I don't have the passion for boxing like I used to. I don't have a passion for it anymore. It's just paying the bills." And a lot of people then say, then if he doesn't have the passion, and if he didn't really want the fight, and if this fight is just all business to him, then that's not going to be good if you're fighting a guy who's on the elite level as well, and he has the hunger to win the actual fight, not just the money, but he's hungry to beat you and win the fight. And Manny Pacquiao talks more about the actual fight. Like, I have so many different strategies for Floyd. We're looking for the knockout, but it's important though to throw a lot of punches for 12 rounds if it goes that way. Manny Pacquiao's asking the crowd if they're excited for the fight in his grand arrival, telling that he's 100% confident in win the fight. And he's just as excited as the fans, he says. "I'm excited for the fight." But you don't hear Floyd saying that. You hear Floyd just talking about the business aspects and not talking about the actual fight. Like, "I'm just going to teach this boy a lesson," or something like that. Or, "I'm just going to use my defensive skills and expose him." He's not talking about any of that. And you could say maybe he's just doesn't have to talk like that. Maybe he doesn't have to trash talk or act confident. The fight sells itself. But still, a lot of people feel he's out of character and he's shook. Or it could be the opposite. Maybe he's just really focused. See, for me, do I think he's shook? He could be. I don't know. But if I know Floyd, I know that you wouldn't think, like under pressure, he does well, just like Pacquiao, and you would think he wouldn't be shook at this. But then again, you could think maybe this is a different situation because he's thinking like if he truly in his head, because only Floyd Mayweather knows if he really ducked Manny Pacquiao for 5 years, and if he actually he ducked him for 5 years, and he ran from Pacquiao for 5 years, and he knows he didn't really want this fight, and he was shamed in taking this fight, and he was forced in taking this fight, or he just took the fight for the money. If he knows that, and so he's taking a fight that he didn't really want, and so he's fighting a guy he didn't really want to fight, and he knows this guy is hungry and on is on the elite level, and maybe in that situation, maybe he is kind of shook because he never really he knows the day's approaching where he's gonna have to fight this man that he ran from for 5 years and didn't want anything a part of it. And he keeps on telling himself, I'm making 200 million, I'm making 200 million, it's okay, even if I lose. If he is thinking like that and he is shook for that, he could be, like I said, the fact that he knew himself, he ran and ducked for 5 years and he wanted no part of this, and he wanted actually to retire without fighting him, but then he got forced into taking this fight. Not just forced and shamed, but he knew the financial opportunity of this, even though he finally just came to his senses and says, okay, he is very dangerous, but I'm going to make $200 million. But since the fight is approaching now, he's kind of getting maybe nervous, but he keeps on having to tell himself, I'm making this much money. So maybe he could be shook, like a lot of people think out there. A lot of the comments section of videos say that he's nervous, he's very out of character. Manny Pacquiao has the big mental edge, and I agree. I think Manny Pacquiao does have the mental edge. But, like I said, maybe Floyd knows he doesn't need to trash talk. Maybe he's just very focused to win the fight and focused on the fight, and that's why he's not talking confident and cocky like he usually is in this last week or two. And that's why he appears shook, because he's out of character, but maybe he's just very focused. Because at the start of the promotion and the start of the training camp, I was like, oh, Mayweather, he really, if I know Mayweather, he really doesn't want to lose this fight. And like he said at the first press conference, he's never wanted to win a fight so bad in his life. And I agreed. I'm like, yeah, knowing his personality, I would think so. The fact that people were saying that you ducked this guy and this guy could beat you up and beat you for 5 years, and now the fight's finally here. And the fight's finally here, and now you want to prove everyone wrong that, see, I could beat him. So you would think Floyd really doesn't want to lose and wreck his perfect record. So you would think that would push Mayweather to really train hard, because that's just the kind of guy Mayweather is. He doesn't want to lose, and his drive is going to be strong, so strong, because he doesn't want to lose, and especially lose to a man who people thought you ducked and were scared of. But then again, as we approach the fight now, Mayweather's totally, he seems very, like I said, people say he's out of character. For me, I don't judge it like that. I don't judge, he's scared or he's nervous, or not scared but nervous. We don't know. We're not him. We're not close people around him. So we don't really know what he's feeling or thinking. But maybe he's just extremely focused, and that's why he's quiet and he appears nervous, but he's actually not nervous. He's just very focused. It could be that. And maybe he'll, like I said, when it comes May 2nd, I don't see Mayweather as the kind of guy who would, the lights would be too bright for him. Especially because this is a different situation. He's fighting Manny Pacquiao. And Pacquiao, on the other hand, looks extremely confident, especially in his grand arrival. And I'll talk about that in another video, but Pacquiao's always confident. He's always smiling, laughing, always, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So, yeah, but the one thing I noticed that is different about the Pacquiao is not only is he extremely confident and relaxed. I know I said Mayweather looks extremely calm, but out of character calm, nervous calm. That's what people are picking up, and it does kind of appear that way. But like I said, a kid that has to read a speech in front of thousands of people at your school or whatever, that kind of nervous that Mayweather kind of looked. But like I said, maybe he's not. I don't judge it because of that. Maybe he is, but maybe when fight night comes, it won't, it has nothing to do with, like I said, the face-off or the press conference got nothing to do with the fight. The fight is the only thing that matters. And, but yeah, Pacquiao, just not only does Pacquiao look very confident, but he is extremely, he looks hungry, like to win, like not, like obviously he's making a lot of money and stuff like that, and he's gonna be uh, doing a lot of good things with that money, and I bet he's thinking about that, what he's gonna do, like whether build schools, wells, fresh water, help the Filipino people back in the country somehow with his money. He's probably thinking about that stuff. But he's genuinely thinking about putting on a show, entertaining the fans, and he really wants to be in, he wants to be put in boxing history as the one man and the first man, maybe. The first man, but maybe the only man to beat Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather retires after this. The one and only man to beat Floyd Mayweather, and the first man to beat Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao really wants to do that, and he really wants to. He actually is thinking about the actual fight more than, or appears that he's thinking about the actual fight more. And Mayweather's just thinking all about the business and the money, and Manny Pacquiao's hungry to win the actual fight and to perform and entertain the fans. So Manny Pacquiao just, he looks hungry, he looks ready, and yeah, so I don't know, like I said, maybe Mayweather is nervous, the fact that he ran from this man for 5 years and now he has to face him in 3 days on Saturday night. But like I said, I don't think Mayweather's the kind of guy where the lights would shine too bright and he would be nervous on fight night. Like, I'm sure every fighter's nervous, but like I said, like I think it won't, maybe it won't affect his performance, but maybe if he's really all about the business and he doesn't have that, because I would think, like at the start of training camp, in the middle of training camp, he really did show the hunger to beat Manny Pacquiao, like wanting to beat Manny Pacquiao, and it meant a lot to him. But now, as we're coming close to the fight, is this really what he wanted, or is it just the money that he wants? He even said himself, he doesn't have the passion. And if you don't have the passion, you don't have the hunger. But Mayweather hasn't had the hunger and passion for a while, and well, we've seen what happened with Maidana. Maybe that's his hunger and his passion are going away, and that's why Maidana could do so well, contributing to the reasons why Maidana did so good. And because Mayweather's, even if he doesn't have the hunger or the passion in boxing, muscle memory. He's doing it since he was a kid. He used to have the passion, and he's so talented that even if he doesn't have the hunger, he can still beat guys. But when you're facing a guy on the elite level as well, and the guy is hungry, like Pacquiao, then that's trouble. And a guy who's hungry and on the elite level is going to really bring it to you. And if you're not passionate or hungry to win, it's going to affect you. So anyway, who looks like is more hungry to win the fight? Pacquiao looks more hungry to win the fight, and that's what I get from that. And like I said, though, either Mayweather, if he's nervous or he's not nervous, or if he's shook, and there's actually an article saying Mayweather is shook. So I wasn't the only one who thought he was out of character. Like, I did think he was out of character, but I never went into, like, I never put, like, oh shit, like he's really out of character and nervous. Like, that did cross my mind, but I don't like to take the press conferences and the face-offs and try to determine, like, I try to make sense of what's going on at the moment. But there's a lot of people who think, yeah, Mayweather has a lot of nerves right now, and like he's nervous, and a lot of people were commenting that he looks out of character. So, and Pacquiao, on the other hand, normal Pacquiao, actually Pacquiao and then some, extremely confident, and he's extremely hungry. Hasn't been this hungry since the De La Hoya fight, and he, in his mind, De La Hoya and Cotto and Margarita were the tougher fights for him, and he was more worried about them, and that contributes to the fact why Manny Pacquiao is so confident. So, good press conference. Oh yeah, and the face-off. Face-off was good. It was good face-off. Manny Pacquiao, like I said, he does that little smirk after a while and starts laughing, because he's happy guy. nothing's personal there. It's not a serious face-off, but Mayweather looks serious. But yeah, so Pacquiao looks really relaxed. Mayweather looks kind of maybe a little shook. A lot of people are saying, but maybe because he's just really focused, so you can't take that like it's a bad thing. Maybe he's just really focused. So, like I said, I don't put emphasis on that really. What only matters is the actual fight and how they perform fight night. So, anyway, yeah, the face-off was good. They shared holding the WBC Emerald belt together. Pacquiao actually made Mayweather laugh. So you could say that Pacquiao has humbled Mayweather. That's why he's acting like this. The presence of Pacquiao, the presence of the Pac-Man has humbled Mayweather. Just the sheer presence. You could say that's why he's out of character, but anyway, maybe he's just really focused, maybe he is nervous, maybe he's humbled by Pacquiao. Maybe he knows he doesn't really need to talk any trash, right? Because it won't do any good. It won't get to Pacquiao anyway, but yeah, so maybe he's out of character, but he's just really extremely confident and he's keeping it to himself, but that is out of character because he never really does that. He shows off his cockiness and lets it be known, so. But yeah, so yeah, it was good press conference, good face-off. Can't wait